Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Monday?
It's basketball.
geez.
Only care about basketball.
Hey. Oh, that's right, you missed that.
Good morning. Welcome to the Lorain County Board of Commissioners meeting of March 3rd, 2021. This meeting will now come to order. We will rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Invocation. I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And our inspirational word for the day, you cannot serve both God and money.
thank you, Commissioner Lundy. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Here.
Commissioner Lundy,
Here.
Commissioner Moore,
Here.
Commissioner Lundy.
I was just
We'll do it in whatever order
responding to
this
my
week, huh?
name, but if you want to be Dave today.
All right.
Okay, we will begin with A, resolutions.
Number one, investments.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Number two, appropriations.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Number three, transfers.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Number four, advances and repayments, there were none. Number five, requisitions.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Is there any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Number six, travel, there is none. Number seven, bills.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Is there any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Next item of business is number 8, authorize various personnel actions as indicated on the summary sheet for employees within the jurisdiction of the Lorain County Board of Commissioners. At the conclusion of today's board meeting, the commissioners may recess into an executive session to discuss personnel, new hires, and various board appointments. The next item of business is number 9. I move to approve the meeting minutes and waive the reading of the minutes of February 24th, 2021.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Okay, the next item of business is number 10. Madam Clerk, please read the resolution into the record.
Receive and journalize a petition for ditch improvement, parcel number 0900090600016, Robert and Mary Hens on Albrecht Road, New Russia Township, by Attorney John Gibbons in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 6131.01 and 6131.04. Viewing will be Monday, May 17th at 9:30, and first hearing will be June 15th at 9:30.
Move to approve.
Second?
A motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Next item of business is number 11.
Receive and journalize a petition for annexation for .87 acres from New Russia Township to the city of Overland for Petitioners Road to Hope House, Inc., an Ohio corporation not-for-profit, David Knox, President and Board of Directors, and Agent Brandon G. Oliver, Esquire, and an annexation for petition for Edith M. Ward, Irrevocable Trust, Karen M. Freenstein, trustee, and Christine H. McDonald, trustee. Said hearing will be May 18, 2021 at 10 a.m. 82nd day.
Okay, move to approve.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board?
There was a panic, I guess, because everybody thought it was going to Elyria. so.
Yes,
I corrected
it is correct on the paperwork. It was just a typo on the
This
agenda.
is just so we can start the hearing process?
Yes, it's just to receive and
Okay.
journalize it, yep.
Thank you,
A
Commissioner
lot
Moore.
of stress last night.
Thank you. Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Okay, the next item of business is number 12.
Authorize County Administrator Williams to enter an agreement with RKD Management, Inc., DBA Fast Track Auction Sales, Elyria, Ohio, to sell all the furniture and equipment in the Golden Acres building at 45999 North Ridge Road, Amherst, Ohio. County will pay 20% of gross sales.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board?
Yeah, this is a Lorain County business that's owned by a veteran that's doing this for us. I walked through the Golden Acres with the Chronicle writing a story about it, which was nice. We're getting a lot of activity on the property itself. And there's a lot of third world countries that will purchase a lot of those equipment, which we can't use today because of the guidelines change in the United States. But this company's actually hooked up throughout the whole country, even though they're an Elyria-based company. With 85,000 buyers throughout the country, they can actually purchase these beds, hopefully, and we should do pretty good because all that stuff is just sitting there and nobody can use it. So we do have a lot of people circling Golden Acres right now, and right now we'd like to, I think our county administrator is working on winterizing the building to ensure that it continues to cost us money every month with utilities. This is just the process as we slowly try to at least minimize our expenses on that property. So I just to give you guys an update.
Thank you, Commissioner Moore.
I
Commissioner
know that,
Lundy?
I know that, we did have a conversation in the past about trying to see if going down the same road, and I remember one conversation where there wasn't much of an interest because they didn't think there was actually much to be made over auctioning these things off. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out. I know there's even discussions about some of the veterans organizations, and I've told this story probably before. My dad became ill with cancer. I went to the American Legion in Avon Lake, and because I was told they had a upstairs room that was packed with wheelchairs and walkers and all kinds of things, and believe me, it was packed. And I've got to believe that's probably the case in a lot of the veterans facilities that have these things available. But you're right, it's probably going to end up having to go to a marketplace outside. So we'll see how successful this goes. And then looking at winterizing, all I can say is that's a pretty big building. So I don't know what the tab's going to be on winterizing it, but the issue is heating that thing, and that's always been the biggest challenge with that building is the utility costs.
Right. Yep, they built that building to last forever, and
Yeah, it's a bunker.
yeah, and it's something. But yeah, like I said, there is activity on it. Hopefully, in the next 30 days, we might have more information in regards to that corner. So thank you. Well,
Okay,
hopefully, we can at least start the process here. So,
Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
all right.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
The next item, the next order of business is community development. The next item of business is number 13. Madam Clerk, please read the resolution into the record.
Authorize an agreement with Lorraine Metropolitan Housing Authority in the amount of $15,000 for tenant-based rental assistance using Program Year 2020 Community Housing Impact and Preservation Program CHIP grant funds. The county's CHIP TBRA funding will be utilized for the first month's rent, security deposit and/or utility deposit, or any combination thereof, and LMHA's Housing Choice Voucher Program that permits utilizing funds to provide monthly rental assistance and will provide rental assistance to a minimum of 9 low, moderate income households countywide, excluding the cities of Lorain, Elyria, and Vermillion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Lorraine County Community Development has partnered with the Lorraine Metropolitan Housing Authority to provide income-eligible households with tenant-based rental assistance as part of the CHIP program. A grant for the amount of $15,000 was secured for this program and for LMHA to provide rental assistance to a minimum of 15 LMI households countywide. Drake Hopewell, our economic development specialist, was instrumental in procuring this grant. This action of putting Lorain County first is indicative of his efforts and the Lorain County Community Development Group, and thank you very much. We appreciate it. And certainly those people getting the assistance appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Job and Family Services, the next item of business is number 14.
Amend Resolution 20-538, adopted September 16, 2020, a lease agreement with Neopost USA, Inc. for a mailing system and mail opener. Said amendment is to reflect the new name of the leasing company's client until September 30th, 2025.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Office of the Engineer, the next item of business is number 15.
Authorize a 25% freeze-thaw load limit for Jones Road from State Route 301 to east of the county line, Penfield Township Road. The thaw and moisture period is in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 5577.07, effective February 1st, 2021 through May 1st, 2021 on all Penfield Township roads.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Next item of business is number 16.
Amendment Resolution 20-509, adopted September 2nd, 2020, entering into an emergency contract with Action Door of Lorain County, Inc. in the amount of $55,000 for the purchase of new overhead doors, lift masters, operators, frames, and jams for Lorain County Engineer Maintenance Garage. Said amendment is to increase the contract by $4,350 for a total contract amount of $59,350.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yep.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Next item of business is with the Sheriff's Office. Number 17. Madam Clerk, please read the resolution into the record.
Approving the agreement between Sheriff's Office and Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Lorain County in the amount of $89,579.45 to support addition of jail-based medication-assisted treatment pre-release program for opiate-dependent inmates, effective retroactive on December 1st, 2020 through September 29th, 2021.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Any discussion from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Okay, moving on to the report section. We have our County Administrator, Mr. Tom Williams.
Yeah, I wanted to give an update on the vaccines. We reached out to 618 employees so far. Came back at 62% of them are interested, so it's 388, so it's a pretty good number. As we finish up the numbers, and we'll start reaching out to the Lorain County Health Department to try to schedule the vaccines either here or a different site. Last thing I want to do, Director of 911 contacted me this morning, wanted to invite you guys to 911 on Friday, as Supervisor Michael White is going to be retiring. They're going to have a little get-together for him. So if you'd like to stop out at 911 on Friday, the director welcomes you. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Moving on to the Assistant County Prosecutor, Mr. Dan Petticord.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have nothing to report for us today, so I
Okay.
appreciate the time.
Okay, moving on to D, Commissioner's Report, and we'll start with Commissioner Moore. Do you have?
None today.
Okay, I have no report today as well. Commissioner Lundy,
Wow. We're going to mix it up. Okay, good.
you asked
Yeah.
and you received.
Okay. I couldn't figure out if we were going to spin a wheel, flip a coin, figure out who's going first, who's going back. Okay.
Doesn't say. Third base.
Well, I'll try not to make the meeting too long. I just have a couple quick updates for you. First, the Community Protection Team. Good news in Lorain County. Our numbers for COVID cases, we were down to 187 cases for the week. That's the lowest we have been in a very, very long time. But the important thing is don't let your guard down. Even though things are trending the right way, there's still concern that there's going to be a bump in our numbers either the end of March or early April. Obviously, we're getting a lot of vaccine out there, and we're getting to the point where they can start to schedule vaccine pods well in advance now because of the shipments that are going to be coming into Ohio. We have vaccinated now half of the individuals in our county who are 65 and over, so that's always good news. And there's a partnership now with 30 partners, so all kinds of locations to be able to get vaccinations. We understand there's still challenges out there with actually getting registered for the vaccinations, but the health department has indicated that they had to take things down for a while on their site to make sure that all those who had registered actually got in the scheduled time slots. And then I believe the window reopens again on Friday, where folks then can come in and schedule moving forward from there. 6,000 vaccinations were administered in the county last Friday. That was to teachers and school staff, substitute teachers, you name it, the whole list. And the longest wait for anyone was 15 minutes. The reason that it worked out so well is that people were told, you know, you need to be there at 11:55 or you need to be there at noon, whatever it may be. If you come at your scheduled time, you know, these vaccination pods will work out a lot better and you won't end up waiting for a long period of time. So please make sure you come when assigned. News out of Washington, so far so good. We've got the American Rescue Plan through the House, and in that bill is $65.1 billion in direct aid to go to counties. The thing that's nice about this one is that previously there was a directive where you had to be a county of 500,000 or more. Obviously, we don't make that threshold. That happened under the CARES Act, but then when the money came to Ohio, the Ohio legislature and the governor wisely decided they were going to provide dollars back to the counties, so that helped out a lot. But as I said, $65.1 billion direct aid to counties across the country, and there's no population requirement of over 500,000. We're waiting to see what that amount may be. And then the final thing, and I don't do this that often, but anytime, you know, we get a real positive letter about things that are going on in county government, I like to try to share it. And we received a great letter recently about our recycling center, and I'll just read you a short paragraph here. It says, "My family and I visited your recycling center on Saturday, February 27th. We were extremely impressed with the facility and wanted you to know. We also thank you for providing such an important service to Lorain County residents. We're thrilled to be able to take advantage of the services. We had a carload of paint, electronics, propane, hardback books, other random items to be recycled and disposed of properly. Our family's always been conscious of doing what we can to protect the environment and being able to bring the items to your collection center, especially for free," that was underlined, was important to us. The facility itself was impressive, easy to use, and the staff was friendly and helpful. So please, please, please use our recycling center. Don't go dumping things in the woods or down the drain somewhere, whatever it may be. It's an amazing facility and so convenient to use, so please utilize it.
Oh, okay. I thought that was feedback on the microphones.
That's what I
It's
thought. I'm
something
like,
from
wait a minute.
out there. Okay. All righty. Thank you, commissioners. Our next item is E, the clerk's report. Madam Clerk?
I have nothing today.
Nothing today. Okay. Our next item is F, board correspondence. I move to waive the reading of the board correspondence due to a lengthy executive session we have scheduled, and the engineer has a lot of things on there, so that will be posted on the website or the engineer's website?
In our site.
Okay, sorry. Second. Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore.
Hung? Commissioner Hung?
Yes,
You wanna do
yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Yes, at this time, I move to adjourn into executive session to discuss personnel issues, employment, and new hires.
Second.
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Madam
Commissioner
Clerk?
Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
It's supposed to be a short one, right? I don't think we have much to do in the exec, so.
Just a couple odds and ends.
So I got 3 politicians in a lawyer.
I'm not sure where that is.
We have returned from executive session and our meeting is back in session. I move to approve the personnel summary sheet.
Second?
Motion was made by Hung, seconded by Moore. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hung,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye?
Commissioner Lundy.
Aye.
Okay, meeting announcements. Our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, March 10th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. Is there any further business from the board? Since there's no further business, this meeting is adjourned.